Everyone knows Cleopatra. I mean, she was fabulous. She defeated the Romans. Actually, wait, no. She slept with the Romans. Anyway, it fascinates me that Cleopatra is the queen we always talk about from ancient Africa. Especially when she did not defeat the Roman Empire, but only 3 years later, another African queen did. And no one knows about her. It's 25 BCE. Rome's empire is expanding faster than a TikTok dance trend. They've conquered Egypt, and now they're eyeing the rich lands just south, Nubia, the kingdom of Kush in what's now Sudan. But Rome's about to learn a huge lesson. You don't mess with history's ultimate slay queen, Amanirenas, unless you're into losing battles and body parts. Before the drama starts, let's set the stage. Nubia wasn't Egypt's twin. It was more like Egypt's cooler cousin with the same aesthetic but her own playlist. They traded, fought, and borrowed ideas for centuries. The Kushites built pyramids, wrote their own script, it's called Meroitic, and honored gods Egypt style, but with Nubian flavor. Sure, they respected Isis and Osiris, but they also had Apademak, a lion-headed war god who basically said, go ahead, try me. When Queen Amanirenas ruled beside her husband, she carried on that divine balance of power. The Isis and Osiris, man and woman ruling together as the gods intended. Strength, wisdom ruling side by side. Now, it should be noted that just a few years earlier, Rome had defeated Cleopatra VII, the last pharaoh of Egypt. And Emperor Augustus, the Roman emperor, was feeling all proud of himself. He bragged that he'd conquered Africa's greatest queen. So when he heard there was another queen running things just beyond Egypt's border, he was like, perfect, round 2. Spoiler alert, Amanirenas wasn't Cleopatra 2.0. While Cleopatra was a brilliant tactician who spoke 9 languages and could bend men to her will, Amanirenas picked up the sword herself and came in swinging. While the Roman prefect of Egypt was out of town, Amanirenas saw her opportunity. She led a surprise invasion north, catching Rome totally off guard and conquering large portions of Egypt. Her forces captured the cities of Sienne, which is Aswan, Philae, and Elephantine. They smashed Roman statues, took prisoners, and hauled off supplies like, thanks, we'll be taking that now. But victory did come with heartbreak. Amanirenas' husband, the king, was killed in the fighting. But instead of backing down, she left his spot to her teenage son. He stepped up and kept leading the army alongside his mother. Now, the Roman prefect returned and was absolutely furious. He marched deep into Nubia, torching towns, but he couldn't break the Kushite resistance. For 5 long years, the two sides clashed up and down the Nile. Romans with heavy armor, Nubians with speed, strategy, and archers so sharp-eyed that they were called, quote, the eyes of the army. In one brutal battle, Amanirenas even lost an eye. But she kept fighting, one-eyed, unstoppable, and terrifyingly majestic. Then Rome pushed too far, and Amanirenas hit back again. Her army raided southern Egypt and chopped off the head of a statue of the Roman Emperor Augustus. Then she dragged it home to Nubia, where she had it buried under the doorway to the temple so that anyone coming in to worship the Nubian gods would step upon the face of the Roman emperor when they entered. That's not just revenge. That's symbolism with sparkle. But her most famous story may never have occurred at all. Legend states that Amanirenas kept pet lions, and as a show of her power, would feed captured Roman prisoners of war publicly to her pets. The image terrified the Romans. Was it true? Probably not, though we can't know for sure. I certainly wouldn't put it past her. But the fact that people believed it was true tells you how incredibly feared she truly was. She didn't just beat Rome. She lived rent-free in their nightmares. By 20 BCE, Emperor Augustus had enough. He sent envoys to negotiate, expecting Kush to surrender. Instead, Amanirenas showed up, one eye, zero fear, and walked away with everything she wanted. The Romans left Nubia, solidifying the border between Rome and Egypt and Nubia, never to be crossed again. There would be no taxes or tributes to Rome, and Nubia maintained complete and total independence. Honestly, the Romans walked away with absolutely nothing, besides the promise that Amanirenas would stop massacring the supposed most powerful army in the world. After Amanirenas, Rome continued to expand its territories, but it never dared touch Nubia again, not even long after her death. Under Amanirenas and the queens who followed, Nubia stayed strong for centuries. But the kingdom of Nubia couldn't last forever. However, their defeat, at least their real one, had nothing to do with conquest. Nubia was facing an enemy far more powerful than any mortal. The desert. Surrounding Egypt and Nubia was the mighty Sahara. And with increasing populations farming the land around the Nile over and over, the land itself struggled to maintain the nutrients needed to support the large population. And it slowly began to fade. The people began to move south in search of greener pastures for their cattle, and over time, the great cities of Nubia faded into a shell of their former selves as the cities became buried in the sands of the Sahara. But legends don't erode. Amanirenas wasn't just a queen. She was a message. Power isn't about empire. It's about courage and conviction. So the next time someone pushes forward Cleopatra as the ultimate African queen, no shade, she was still pretty awesome. Just remember that the man who defeated her was beaten by Queen Amanirenas and never defied her again.